and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to prepare homemade chipotle-flavored flour tortillas. The chipotle gives your tortillas a nice subtle taste of chipotle but not too extreme. So it adds a little bit of spice to your tacos, your quesadillas, even your wraps. So if you would like to learn how to prepare these delicious tortillas, continue watching this video and come join me in my kitchen. In a large bowl, we're going to start out by adding 3 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Using a whisk or your hand, we're going to mix up the dry ingredients, and once they're well mixed, we're going to set it aside and prepare the chipotle sauce. To the blender, we're going to add 2 chipotle peppers and a tablespoon of the adobo sauce. I did not remove the seeds, but you can choose to if you want to. We're also going to add half a cup of warm water, and we're going to blend for a good minute or until it's nice and smooth. Add 3 tablespoons of vegetable shortening to the flour. You can also use vegetable oil. Add the chipotle sauce from the blender. We're going to mix what we have in the bowl, the chipotle and the flour, and then we're going to add more water as needed. For the amount of flour that we use, we ended up using 1 cup of water. We used half a cup with the chipotle peppers in the blender, and I added an additional half cup to the bowl. When adding the water to your flour, make sure it's nice and warm. It's important that you use warm water. I usually get it from the water dispenser. I get the hot water and then I add about a quarter more of the cold water just to make it tolerable for your hands. Or you can warm it up in the microwave for a few seconds. We're going to continue mixing until we have 1 lump of dough. Then we're going to transfer it to the countertop to make it easier to knead. Make sure your countertop is nice and clean before you transfer it. I'm going to add a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick to the countertop. We're going to continue kneading for about 5 more minutes or until we have a nice smooth ball of dough. Once you have a nice smooth ball of dough and it looks like this, we're going to transfer it back into the bowl. We're going to cover it with plastic and we're going to let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we're going to remove it from the bowl. Our dough should be nice and stretchy like this. Now we're just going to separate it into 12 equal balls of dough, or as equal as you can. Transfer the balls of dough back into the bowl, and while we're working on our first tortilla, we're going to cover the other ones with a clean kitchen towel. That way they don't dry up during the process. We're going to begin by lightly flouring the countertop. Then I'm going to stretch out the first ball of dough with my hand like this. I'm going to place it down and we're going to begin to roll it out. Most rolling pins have handles like the one you see on mine, but I never really use them. It's always so much easier just to press down on the rolling pin. If your tortilla starts to stick to the rolling pin, add a little bit of flour to the rolling pin and that usually solves that problem. And you can also add more flour to the countertop if needed. Don't be too concerned if they don't come out perfect. That's okay. The first batch of tortillas I made looked like a map of the United States, so don't be too concerned. It takes practice. As long as you keep practicing and doing so. Even mine now, they don't come out perfect, but I still make them because they're delicious. And once it's to the size that you want, we're going to transfer it to the preheated skillet or comal. I have my comal preheated at 3.0. We don't want it to be too hot because then they'll burn. We're going to cook the first side for about 15 seconds or so, and once you start to see the little blisters, we're going to flip it over and cook the other side for about 20 to 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, flip again, and once it starts to inflate, that means it's done. We're going to remove it from the skillet, place it in a tortilla warmer, and we're going to continue with the rest of the tortillas. With the amount of flour that we used, we made 12 10-inch tortillas. Look how nice and soft these are. Now we can enjoy them with our favorite foods. I really hope you give this recipe a try, and if you do, let me know how you like it in the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much, and I'll see you on a different day with a different recipe. Thank you so much for watching.